morning, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris is back for some more Hearthstone arena action. Today my choice is between Paladin, Priest, or Hunter. I did just play with Hunter. It's been the longest since I played with Paladin. I love Paladins, and I have a daily quest to win 2 games with Paladin. So, let's go ahead and fight with honor with whatever this guy's name is. Uther Lightbringer, that's right. Oh my god, this is a choice I have made many times actually. Having to choose between Defender of Argus and Emperor Cobra. Now, in the past I've chosen Emperor Cobra and been happy about it. However, as a Paladin, I think you have to go with the Defender of Argus if it's the first pick of the arena, because you are probably, or at least more likely than other classes, to have some minions that this guy can buff up. And also, the Defender of Argus has slightly more game-saving potential than the Cobra does, because of the taunts that he can throw up and suddenly surprise your opponent with some nice board presence. Now, the Cobra is great, but I think the Defender of Argus is potentially more game-changing, so we're going to take him here. Do not be tempted by Divine Favor here. This is way too unreliable of a card, so we're going to grab Defender of Argus. Okay, we have one of the worst cards in the game. Novice Engineer gives you card draw. However, I'm going to take Raid Leader. I think this is good for Paladins because you're going to have all those 1/1 minions. So the Raid Leader is providing everything +1 attack is nice. Notice an interesting thing about the Raid Leader. He has a 2/2 body, which is the same as the Direwolf Alpha. The Direwolf Alpha is a 2-mana 2/2 that gives adjacent minions +1 attack. So the Raid Leader, you're basically paying an extra mana to give everything +1 attack. So oftentimes the Direwolf Alpha is just better. But for a Paladin, I will happily take our Raid Leader. Oh, that's sad. We have a 4-mana card, and it's unfortunate that, crap. We have Consecration and Truesilver Champion in the same pick. That's really, really sad. Now, this might be something people disagree with, but I'm actually going to take Truesilver Champion. I think this is the better of the 2 cards, simply because it kills more stuff. Consecration sometimes is a whiff. Truesilver Champion, almost never a whiff. I mean, worst case scenario, you hit your opponent with it and gain 2 health. So we're going to go ahead and grab it here. Oh my god! Why is everything good in the same place? Ah, fuck. So we have 2 buff spells that both cost 4 mana. This one gives +4/+4. This one just gives +2, but it comes with a 4/4 body. I'm going to take a creature here, although I have many misgivings. Blessing of Kings definitely can do amazing stuff, especially when you put it on something that is already large. But the Dark Iron Dwarf is a little bit less likely to whiff, because you can always put it on the board and not do anything with it right away. Well, I guess the same is true for Blessing of Kings. I mean, as long as you have at least 1 creature, you can always just pop it on. Oh my god, this is a tough call. I'm going to take Dark Iron Dwarf. I'm not sure this is 100% the correct play, but we're going to go ahead and pick him up here and call it a day. Okay, wow, Jesus, everything good in all the same places. So Hammer of Wrath is a card I'm not as big a fan of as other people are. I'm actually going to go ahead and take a Frostwolf Warlord here. But, I mean, all 3 of these cards are totally good. Shatterstone Cleric is amazing. These are all top, well, I don't know about the Hammer of Wrath. People do like it, and it is removal. It is very important to have, but I can't pass him up over the bomb the way the Frostwolf Warlord is. I might regret that. We'll see. Oh, well, Jesus Christ! Oh, no, I get everything good in the same pack. So I have a Humility here with a Shattered Sun Cleric. Humility being one of the Paladin's few removal tools. Fuck it. I'm taking Shattered Sun Cleric. I can't pass on a second one. I just can't. My heart will not allow me to pass on 2 Shattered Sun Clerics. Keep in mind, I mean, any given common card, you're not that likely to see it in the draft. So, like, I've gone whole drafts and never see a Dark Iron Dwarf. Whole drafts, never see a Shattered Sun Cleric. So to see 2 of them here, it's just amazing. I'm afraid I'm going to have, like, awful packs coming up, and I'm going to be like, why wasn't the Consecration here, or the Humility here, or the Blessing of Kings here? Yeah, here we go. So I would take, like, I've passed at least 3 cards that I would take over anything here. I've passed on a Blessing of Kings, passed on a Consecration, passed on a Humility. All 3 of them are better than all this stuff. We will take Noble Sacrifice. It's not too hard to play around, but it is nice to have a couple in your deck, or maybe 1. I feel like it does screw up your opponent enough sometimes that it's worth having. The Acolyte of Pain is card draw, but I've learned I don't actually like playing this card as much as it would seem, because it does draw you cards, but it's also so passive, dropping this on the board on turn 3. If I'm going to try to win the game by playing quality creatures and overrunning my opponent before my lack of removal can come back to bite me, I really need to do better than a 1/3 for 3. So we're going to go ahead and grab Noble Sacrifice here. Alright, well, we have some interesting options. I think the Gadsden Auctioneer, probably the best. All I have for spells so far is Noble Sacrifice, unfortunately. But the Twilight Drake, I mean, it's basically just like a Chillwind Yeti that's worse if you draw it later in the game. So I'll take the Gadsden Auctioneer. It has a little bit more upside. Wow, another Shattered Sun Cleric. Or a Frost Elemental. We'll take the Shattered Sun Cleric here. God, this thing is just so good. I have to pick it up. Alright, Equality is a really important card for Paladins. It actually, you saw it save a game for me in a previous draft. As long as you have some minions on the board, which is, you know, sometimes easier said than done, and you can play this and you can kill anything your opponent has, so I'm going to grab it here. Eye for an Eye is terrible. We have 2 quasi-removal cards, 2 damage for 2 mana, 3 damage for 3 mana. We'll take 2 damage for 2 mana. A lot of key stuff dies at 2 health. You could say the same for 3 health, but this is cheaper, so it's taxing my curve a little bit less at the 3 spot. Okay, well, I think here I'm tempted between, the Fairy Dragon is nifty, but I'm tempted more by these. So Divine Shield is quasi-removal. As long as you have a creature whose power equals another creature's toughness, you can pop a Hand of Protection on it, and then kill the opponent's creature for free. Blessing of Wisdom could be nice because I do have card draw, so it's like if you can get a bit of an early start and can put it on a creature that doesn't die for a couple of turns, you can get a couple of cards out of it. You can also, you know, when you're behind, put it on an enemy opponent's creature, get some cards out of that. Well, no. I'm going to take Divine Shield. I know I'm being a little bit loose, passing on so much card draw, but I'm going to grab this. It does go with the Gadsden Auctioneer, and it is a kind of removal, and it's a little bit more consistent than Blessing of Wisdom is. We've seen Blessing of Wisdom just suck on this channel when Paladins played it against me. They'd put it on a creature of mine that's really big when they're horribly behind, and then I just keep on attacking and don't care. Okay, well, this Serpentance is pretty bad, so Guardian of the Kings is nice to have 1 of in your deck. It's a nice way to come back, but Blessing of Might is good combat trick, especially nice with Divine Shield, which I have. You can give a minion a buff, and then put Divine Shield on him, and then kill something, and then call it a day. We're going to take this here, although not without some misgivings for passing up on that Guardian. Alright, here we have total trash, pretty much. Priestess of Elune, 5-4 for 6 mana, even with the health buff I'm not that big a fan of. The Bloodsail Raider could be really good with the True Silver Champion. I could take these guys to pump up, or to have more fodder for a Blessing of Might, for Dark Iron Dwarf, for Shattered Sun Cleric. There's a lot of synergy there, but the problem is that just mages, which are very popular, get to pick this thing off, and you lose a lot of value. So I'll take the Bloodsail Raider and hope I get the combo with True Silver Champion. Alright, well here we get a chance to pick up another Guardian of the Kings. It's the best of these little chumper nuggety cards. Alright, we'll take some card draw in the form of the Loot Hoarder. Okay, these are 2 pretty crappy secrets. Now, the Redemption actually can be good if you have Divine Shield creatures, which I currently don't, so I'm going to take Scarlet Crusader. It's a premier 3-drop. Works really nicely with Blessing of Might. Yeah, we're going to take another Hand of Protection. And an Azure Drake is good here. Demolisher is nifty, but I do need some card draw. And the spell damage, while not that helpful at the moment, could be nice. Okay, the only remotely playable card here is Violent Teacher, so I'm not even going to just worry about it. Well, I could take more quasi-removal, but I'm missing Taunt here, so we'll take the Iron for Grizzly. I do like that creature quite a bit, more than most people, I think. Ooh, man, tough call here. The Cult Master is so good for Paladins, because you can run in your 1/1s and draw cards. Dude, giving Divine Shield is good. You know what, though? I do have 2 Hands of Protection. I think the Argent Protector is better. I mean, for an extra mana, you're getting a 2/2 body, which is totally worth it, but Cult Master for card draw is nice, nice, nice. We're going to go ahead and pick it up here. Another Dark Iron Dwarf, man alive. God, that's so good. I mean, look at this. So Hammer of Wrath deals 3 damage. He effectively deals 2 damage. Granted, it's attached to a minion, so you're losing, like, the minion, but man, they're so freaking good. I'm gonna trust my instincts, folks. I know some people are gonna be like, Boris, are you crazy? And we'll find out. I mean, for education, maybe I'll regret that I can't just deal 3 damage directly, but this card is very tempting because it's removal, it draws a card, so you're gaining card advantage on your opponent, basically. You get to destroy a creature, and then your number of cards stays the same, your opponent's number of cards drops. But 4 mana is a lot. That's like your entire turn. I want to put a 4/4 body on the ground, goddammit. Okay, Humility, picking it up here is really important over another Noble Sacrifice. It gives me an out against some big creatures, which is good. Holy Light is unplayable, so I can take a mediocre Taunt or another card drawer. I've actually got I passed on it early, but this draft has just shown me a lot of card draw. Now, you know, the Gadsden Auctioneer you could say is unreliable, but the Azure Drake gives me some cards. Cult Master could give me tons of cards. We also have a Loot Hoarder. I feel like I'm doing okay for cards. So we're going to grab the Tauren Warrior. Yeah, it's a little bit unimpressive, but my only other taunting card is Iron for Grizzly. The good luck I've had by seeing lots of Dark Iron Dwarves and Shattered Sun Clerics is mitigated by not seeing any Sen'jin Shield Masters. So let's go ahead and pick up that Warrior here. Alright, Fen Creeper is a giant wall in the way of things, but Chillwind Yeti wins games. We're going to go ahead and keep on spiking that 4 mana. I could take another Frostwolf Warlord. I could do some more late game. I mean, really, this is the biggest thing I have in my whole deck. The Guardian of Kings is a little bit larger, but for 7 mana, it's a bit underwhelming. So I could take another big guy, or I could take a Hammer of Wrath and get that removal train going. Man, I'm going to trust my instincts. I'm just going to take that, because basically I need endgame. I currently don't have it. So I could take Raid Leader to buff everything up, or I could take Wind Fury Harpy as my, finisher, hoping I can just deal damage to my opponents. Issue is, if my opponent has better creatures on the board when this drops, this just dies so easily. We'll take the Raid Leader and keep on trying the 3 mana, 4 mana spike strategy. Okay, the War Golem is endgame, but I'm going to take the best 2-drop in the game instead. And, alright, well, we have quite a few options here. I would say that any of these cards is a reasonable decision. Blood Knight, I do have Scarlet Crusader. I can steal her Divine Shield. I also have 2 Hands of Protection. Now, using a Hand of Protection just to pump up your Blood Knight is a bit risky, because then he's sort of vulnerable to removal, and you've just basically spent 2 cards for the privilege. Of course, it also steals your opponent's Divine Shield, so it could be really huge. Big Game Hunter is a nice out against some giant stuff your opponent might play. I think the issue with the Big Game Hunter is that, not every deck is going to have minions with 7 attack or more. That's kind of a lot. It's a Ventrico Mercenary is kind of the main thing that might trigger it. Boulder Fist Ogres, nope. Stormwind Champions, nope. I mean, you got War Golems and Core Hounds, but those are bad cards and people don't play with them. And then the Mountain Giant's nice because it's just big. Now, I'm likely to be playing a lot of my cards, but even so, in the late game, even if he costs 10 mana, it's an 8/8, and with luck he might cost 9. Plus, I do have a lot of card drawing here with the Cult Master, potentially, so there's some synergy in my deck. Alright, we will take the Mountain Giant just to have the most consistent large thing, although, again, I might regret that. We'll have to watch and see if there are any moments when my opponent has big creatures in play and I have a Mountain Giant. I will know that that could have been a Big Game Hunter. If I'm holding the Mountain Giant when my opponent plays Divine Shield, I know I could have been holding the Blood Knight dude thing. So we'll see. Definitely a lot of tough picks in this draft. That's kind of the tricky thing. Obviously, you'd always rather have a good draft than a bad one. But when you do have bad drafts, it makes your picking a little bit easy, because it's like, well, I'm picking between shit, so, who cares? Or, well, this is the only playable card here, so I'll just take it. In this draft, there were so many good cards, it was actually difficult. I say there were lots of decisions that people would really disagree with me about here. True Silver Champion over the Consecration, the Dark Iron Dwarves, Dark Iron Dwarf over Blessing of Kings, the Frostwolf Warlords over Hammer of Wrath twice. Lots of stuff like that. Okay, we don't need Humility just yet. Hand of Protection seems a bit silly because I already have Scarlet Crusader. Let's make sure we can draw some cards to play. Alright. Now, if I had been playing second, I probably would have kept the Hand of Protection, the Divine Shield granting spell, because it would have been a little bit more likely for me to get a play on turn 2. Here, where I'm not getting anything on turn 2, and I'm only the first player, I only had one playable card. I didn't want to keep a card that would potentially be useless. Oh, well, I get it back anyway, so that's great. We'll just play out. Well, this is a 2/1. These guys are 1/1s. Yeah, we're just gonna do this, and so yeah, we'll do that. If my opponent does play something, I might be able to next turn, for example, play Bluegill Warrior plus Hand of Protection, and use that in order to kill whatever he plays. All right, he gets the Flame Tongue Totem, or Searing Totem, or whatever that is. Searing Totem, yeah. There we go. This could have been a Blood Knight. Oh my God, I'd have the combo here. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and kill this thing. That seems fine. So our hero abilities kind of traded with each other, then play the Scarlet Crusader. This is a little bit scary against a Shaman because he might have Earth Shock, which for 1 mana kills the Scarlet Crusader. I've never actually gotten to do it, but I've had it done to me on more than one occasion. Looks like he doesn't have that. Alright, that's fine. I was just hoping it wasn't a Searing Totem. Looks like my opponent is happy to flip this taunt. Yeah, look at this. Oh, man. That sucks. That sucks monkey balls. So basically, if this had been anything other than a taunt, my opponent couldn't have played this wolf because I would have obviously just killed it. So what I'm going to have to do instead is the following. I'm going to play the Bluegill Warrior. I can't quite bring myself to let it die, so I'm going to actually use the Divine Shield. So basically, that's not the most important, that's not the greatest use of Divine Shield ever, because I just basically spent a 1 mana card to kill the totem. But the totem was dead anyway, so I kind of spent a 1 mana card to keep this around. There is a risk. If he plays Forked Lightning, both of these will die. Looks like he did not have Forked Lightning, and in fact, he actually took a pretty conservative line here, my opponent. I could just basically trade his stuff here. Now, because both of my creatures have 1 toughness, the Shattered Sun Cleric does not help, but what does help is the Cult Master, which enables me to draw cards off of both of these trades. My opponent is very polite. He keeps giving me well-playeds. I don't know if I'm playing all that well necessarily. It's just I had the right cards at the right time. Anyways, it was a good start. I would say that I won the opening, probably more through luck than through any kind of skill to play. Next turn, this guy's actually playable, which is kind of nifty. Hex. Okay, well, that's totally fair. I'm not going to hold that against my opponent. Let's see if he has another Hex for Mountain Giant. Woo! Now, I could have played a Dark Iron Dwarf, buffed up my Frog, and killed his Taunt Totem, but I can also do that next turn. It seems unlikely this would die. He has another Hex. Alright, I'll give him a well played for that. He's got 2 Hexes here. Flametongue Totem. Alright, well, man, he's pulling some good Taunt Totems. I really would have loved to be able to kill this Flametongue here. Anyway, let's go ahead and play the Dark Iron Dwarf. So I'm really happy here that this is not whatever else it could have been. Because now, let's go ahead and I could play Noble Sacrifice. This if he has a charging creature, it would be really good right here. So instead, I'm going to take it a little bit conservative. I'm actually going to play the Reinforcement and make Noble Sacrifice. That way, if he does have a Charger, it will bite the Noble Sacrifice rather than biting my Dark Iron Dwarf. And even if he doesn't have a Charger, this is nice to have around later. Issue, of course, is that a savvy player, which I suspect Imgna Kikurb... What is that? Imgna Kikurbt is... Savvy players know that any Paladin secret is going to be Noble Sacrifice. So it's not like that great. Okay, Raid Leader. Doesn't really help me, unfortunately. Shattered Sun Cleric. Let's see, I can make this 2/2, 3/2. Nope, cannot quite kill this thing. Damn. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to use my Taunter here. This is a bit risky. It's a bit risky, but I'm going to play the Taunter. Play the Raid Leader, so he has to putatively run the Ancient Brewmaster into my Taunter. I know he has a Flametongue Totem here, so I cannot let him keep this 1/1 around, because if I did, the 1/1 would just kill my Flametongue. And then we're going to take it ballsy here. We're going to go ahead and just swing over top and make another Reinforcement. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not playing a Bloodsail Raider, it's just that I don't really value the extra power and toughness at the moment against my opponent, and I'd like to save this in case I do draw True Silver Champion later on. He has the OP Fire Elemental, which is a bit distressing, because now he gets to kill my Raid Leader for free. Except I have Noble Sacrifice! Alright, well, he had to see that coming. He had to see that coming. Alright, so, oh my god, the Raid Leader actually buffs the Noble Sacrifice. That's comical. He's flipping lots of Searing Tongue Totems today. That's fine by me. Okay, I think Frostwolf Warlord time is upon us. Is there any way I can deal with this? I mean, I get Equality, but that seems silly. I can't get anything above 6 health. This is already a trade, this is already a trade. Okay, so this seems fine. What we're going to do, I think, is just play my biggest stuff. Play Chillwind Yeti, play Frostwolf Warlord. Take care with your order of things, folks. You got to make sure you first play the Frostwolf Warlord, then you start trading. And I do want to trade here, because he has a Flametongue Totem, so I just need to respect that a lot. Like, the Fire Elemental with Flametongue Totem could have killed my Frostwolf Warlord. I had to trade that stuff out. Does he have a 3rd Hex? No, but he has a 2nd Fire Elemental. Alright, fair enough. So now my Chillwind Yeti cannot quite kill the Fire Elemental. Unless I play Shattered Sun Cleric. OP card right here. Ah, Divine Shield. Oh my god. Okay, this is an illustration. First of all, my opponent did nothing wrong. He played totally fine. I'm just using this as an educational moment to show you why you never want to leave creatures around against the Paladin. Now again, I'm saying this, my opponent did nothing wrong. He played everything to the best that he could. It's just that, like, when you let your opponent keep creatures on the board, stuff like this happens. And again, no reason to play the Bloodsail Raider. I've got plenty of creatures on the board already. Let's just make a Recruit and satisfy myself with that. Again, he can now Flametongue the Healing Totem. However, it cannot quite kill the Shattered Sun Cleric without help. Now, if he has like a Dark Iron Dwarf or a Shattered Sun Cleric, I will really regret not killing this. But, I mean, I wanted to deal 8 damage to him. That's like a freaking lot of damage. And this Healing Totem, if it's stopping me from attacking for 8 damage, it's acting as a taunt totem. That's just giving that totem way too much credit. So he still has a Flametongue Totem. He has a Fire Elemental. Looks like he's going to play the Flametongue. And he's going to do something else. He's going to need 3 more damage. Ah, rock biter weapon. Touche. That was well played. So you know what? My guy dies because I didn't kill the healing tongue, but he does get 17, or he does get 8 less life. He gives me a thank you. That is what we call a manner thank you here, because that's a bit. He's basically saying, like, thank you for not killing my creature, it seems. I could play equality here, but I don't really see much of a reason to. Let's see if I can win. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope, not quite. Alright, we're going to do this. I'll kill his elemental. Kill his flame tongue totem. I do respect that. And I'm going to make a recruit. Still holding on to this. I don't need to overextend against, like, lightning storm or whatever. It's possible that, you know, this could have been dealing damage the whole time, but it seems a bit safer just to not overextend too much. Illidan Storm Rage. Well, this is why oh my god. This is why you keep humility around. Okay, so you have to be very careful how you do this with your order. So first, I kill one of his things. Then I kill the other one. Then I play equality. Then I kill his legendary. Then I kill that thing. Then I make a recruit. And I am going to Shattered Sun Cleric my Dark Iron Dwarf just to put a creature on the board here and pass a turn. Now the reason I'm doing it on the Dwarf is I'd rather spread out the power a little bit rather than making the Yeti super good. I'd like to give him a choice, like, well, you can kill one of these, but the other one is still good. Alright, let's see if my opponent can hang in there. I mean, he's hung in quite well. If you consider what's been going on this game, like, he's hung in extremely well. I've had favorable trades and really good stuff the entire time. Alright, there's True Silver Champion. He played his ooze a little bit early. Can I win the game? I think so. Hang on. 5, 10, 14. Yeah, I can win. I'm just using the True Silverous Burn. I hope my opponent doesn't think I'm douchey for playing this guy. It was unnecessary, but I just didn't really want to do the arithmetic right away. I was going to play this regardless. Anyway, that was a good game. That was a really good game. I just had all the right cards at the right time, and you know what? Guys, I don't have any regrets about those Dark Iron Dwarves. Zero. Zip doodah. Every single buffing creature I had, and the Shattered Sun Cleric, I forget what I took it over. I took it over something else that was like classically Paladin good. Those Shattered Sun Clerics, Dark Iron Dwarves, except for that last Shattered Sun Cleric, I guess. They were all really, really worthwhile. Skill Rex, that is that is beautiful. I have to give my opponent. I wish there was like a Your Name Rocks emote. That would be great. We'll send this guy back. It's a bit slow. I'll send this back. I mean, he is big, but I'd like to make sure we can have some diversity in our early plays. We get his twin back. That's great. Glad I drafted 2 of them. Man, no regrets. No regrets. Imagine this were a Hammer of Wrath. Imagine this were a Hammer of Wrath. I'd be like, well, on turn 4, I can spend my entire turn killing one of his creatures. The end. Like, it's just not that exciting for me. I think on turn 2, I'm probably going to coin out a Scarlet Crusader. This will halt most of his possible plays. Not all, but most. Deadly Shot will be a really good spell for him in that case. I could also just play Loot Hoarder, play this the following turn, and save my coin. Maybe I actually will play the Loot Hoarder. I mean, it's a card draw, which is nice. I could Shattered Sun Cleric at the following turn. This is a really good hand. I have lots of good turns coming up. So if my opponent is up to a slow start, he'll be in a bit of trouble. Looks like he's got something to play. This is a hunter. He might be like, do I play this buzzard now? Ah, it's a secret. Okay. Well, secrets. Secrets are no fun. Secrets are a pain in the ass to deal with. I'd really like for that to be Explosive Trap. I wouldn't mind just losing the Loot Hoarder to it. My guess is if you played it that early, it's probably Freezing Trap. Who knows? It could be something bizarre like Misdirection or whatever. Alright, let's see what he's got. Starting Buzzard. Okay, this signals very clearly that that is a Freezing Trap. Otherwise, there's no way he'd throw a Buzzard out in front of a Loot Hoarder. So I'm not going to put Hand of Protection on this, and I'm not going to buff it with Shattered Sun Cleric, because it's probably getting back to my hand. Yep, so there's the... Oh no! It's Snake Trap! Ah, I forgot about that till it was a second too late! Shit, he actually got the combo off. Well, there's nothing I could do. I didn't take Hammer of Wrath. There was literally no way that I could ever kill that Buzzard. So he draws 3 cards, I draw a card, and now we're kind of in trouble because this is actually really shitty against snakes. Yeah, it's really shitty against snakes. 2 snakes will kill it. This actually is pretty solid. This is really solid because it can take out all these fucking snakes. Okay, what we're going to do is... I don't want to buff it like that. We're actually going to coin out a recruit. I need to try to get these snakes under control here before he plays a hyena and I'm just totally fucked. Oh my god, he actually had the epic snake trap and a buzzard. That's the second time someone's pulled it off against me. I don't regret attacking the buzzard because I was just never ever gonna kill that buzzard any other way. I saw the one consecration at the same time as True Silver Champion, and I didn't take it. I never saw another one. I passed on a bunch of Hammer of Wrath. I just had no outs against that particular combo. Oh my god. Snake trap. Well, he's got a chock full of cards here. 8 cards plus 3 snakes. I have 6 cards plus 2 kind of mediocre creatures. I hope he doesn't have a very good turn. Because I spent the coin for this, I'm in a bit of a pickle. I can't play Frostful Warlord just yet. Not that I'd want to, because my shit's about to die. Okay, so, what's he doing? He's attacking me? Does he have another plan here? Does he have like a freezing trap or something? I will say that was a mistake unless he has a really good 2-mana follow-up right here. Because right now I can just... Oh my gosh! Well, folks, we're seeing it right here. This is why Hearthstone is a game of skill. You know, my opponent had amazing cards, Buzzard and Snake Trap, and everything went his way, but he just made a horrible strategic blunder here. He's letting me spend my 1/1 to kill a snake, and then he's also letting me kill his wolf. You don't want to let your opponent do that. Okay, let's actually think for just a second here. I think it's important now to buff this up to make it take out both the snakes, and I will actually use the Hand of Protection on it. So basically, if my opponent plays multi-shot, it's his whole turn, and this will survive. If my opponent plays deadly shot, whatever he kills is going to take out those snakes. My opponent did not have a good follow-up there. Oh man, my opponent's in trouble. He's going to pop Divine Shield. This is a mistake. This is another strategic error. Think about it. You might as well just attack with the snakes. I mean, I'm going to pop Divine Shield against this anyway. I guess he wants this to die. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that was okay, to pop the Divine Shield with one snake, attack with the other. That's okay. Alright, so let's think very carefully here. I have lots of options. I can make a 6/6, which is fine. Raid Leader is not important at all. I could also Shatter some Cleric. Now, what that actually lets me do is buff this to be a 4/4. I can take out the bear and take out the snake. I kind of want to take out his more damaging creature. Here's what I would like: another Hand of Protection, so that I could keep one of my 3/3s alive. Now I could also play a Scarlet Crusader, which is interesting. Then just trade, keep a 3/1. No, but then the snake pops Divine Shield. Yeah, we'll do it this way. We'll do this, buff that up, attack like that. I'm not gonna get greedy. I am up against a hunter, so I need to respect my life total. He's got 7 cards in his hand, and I mean, he's played a lot of chumpy stuff. He's played this Bloodfen Raptor, you know, he's had the Snake Trap, the Bear, and so it's possible he has a chumpy hand, but it's also possible that he did get some late game cards, so I need to be a little bit careful, alright? I hope it's not the Charger. Fuck, it's the Charger. God damn it, a charging creature that deals 4 damage is really good for 3 mana. Fuck. He's going to get me down to 17. Yeah, I'm in a bit of trouble. I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did get... Yeah, I definitely got one of the Guardians of Kings, so I have 1 out as far as healing is concerned. But it's a little bit dicey. I mean, that's my only out as far as life gain, so I might be in a bit of trouble. Scavenging Hyena. I hope he has a really good follow-up for this, because otherwise I'm just going to kill this Hyena. So the snake dies. He does have a good follow-up. So he's actually gonna use the Charging Boar to kill. I see what you did there, sir. Now I have some options here. One option is to play True Silver Champion, take 6 damage to the face. Another option is to play Equality just to kill the Hyena. It's a bit sad to do that, and then I have 4 mana left, which is awkward. All I really get out of it is one of my creatures. So if I take 4 total damage, I go down to 18 health. We're gonna do it. I think that I mean, it's a lot of damage. I take 4 net damage here. But I think it's important to hang on to this Equality in case he has other good stuff later on. Plus, I do get to gain 2 life. This other weapon whack will hit my opponent, so I'll gain 2 life back. So I took a net total of 2 damage from killing that creature with my weapon. Well, I actually have card advantage against my opponent if you count these as real cards. That's a bit scary if he starts hitting me with it, because that means I'm taking a total of 12 damage going down to 6. And then he can start trying to race me down, which it looks like is what he's going to try to do. Yeah, he's gonna just go for it. Okay, well, that's possible. I mean, he could have, like, kill commands and whatnot and just kill me. Humility is not the answer I need. This is tempting, but I think I want to draw a card, and the reason for that is I want to see that Guardian of Kings. Every extra card I draw is an extra opportunity to draw Guardian of Kings. So I'm going to get 2 health. I obviously have to kill his creature. And he's just going to be able to burn me out, so I shouldn't have hit the hyena and preserved that, basically 2 health. I also could have played a quality, killed the hyena, and then played another creature, so I would have had some more board presence. I could start hitting him down faster. Alright, Hunters could pretty easily... I mean, he's already got 5 damage here, so he only needs to deal 8 damage to kill me. Hunters could pretty easily deal 8 damage with 8 mana, 5 cards, and hero ability. So we'll just see what he wants to do. Tracking. Alright, looks like he's fishing for the kill. And drawing 3 cards from his deck, he's not unlikely to find it. So yeah, I mean, if I lose this game, that's sad, but I'm not going to complain too much about losing against 2 really good epics. So, I feel like in order for me to have done what I would have needed to do to win this game, I would have had to play in such a way as to lose against lots of other situations. Okay, well, he's actually going to hang on to the bow. He's kind of hedging his bets here. Interesting. Well, let's think about what I want to do with my life. I can play this in one other creature. I could buff the raid leader, which doesn't really help that much. Actually, it does help a lot. It lets one of these guys trade against a 2/2. Now, I could play humility to preserve my Drake, which is an interesting proposition. But then I can only do this under recruit. I cannot do an actual real creature. Dark Iron Dwarf gets these up to 3 damage. It's not really worth it. I could do this. That's so I could hang on to the Frostwolf Warlords later. But you know what? I need to get the Frostwolf out this turn. I think I really do need to get the Frostwolf Warlord out right this turn, because otherwise, I'm not going to be able to deal with damage fast enough to beat this guy. So we're going to play the Frostwolf Warlord here. We're going to trade my Drake. We're going to give up the Drake. And then we're going to swing. So I'm starting to now deal, well, assuming the raid leader lives, 13 damage a turn. So if my opponent didn't have the kill last time, he might not have it this time. Again, same deal as before. It's not that hard to deal 8 damage as a hunter. And my odds of drawing my Guardian of Kings are not big, although I think if I did draw it, I would feel very confident about my odds of winning. I have no oozes. I never saw any in the draft, so this weapon is good. Okay. Well, if you can take me down to 8, down to 6. Excuse me. Did I do my math wrong this whole time? Oh, yeah. 8 plus hero ability. Wow, he's going to do that. Oh, my gosh. Well, that is so good. Wait a minute. He had a kill command, and he couldn't kill me? He's got... I was at 13 health. 5, 7, 10... I don't know. He might have needed to just go for it there. I mean, now he's really screwed. Now he's like 6 turns away from killing me. I think my opponent made a strategic blunder. Here's the thing. He might have lost anyway, but he should have gone for... He should have gone for the direct damage on me, because he had at least 1 turn to live. I would have taken me 2 turns to kill him. So then, after getting me down to 3 health... He had hero ability to get me down to 1 health. All he then needed was to draw any card that gives a single point of damage, and he would have been fine. I'm putting the buff on that guy so I can do 2 things from it. 1, profit right away this turn, and then 2, so that if he does have targeted removal, he'll target this rather than the raid leader. Alright, so I'm going to draw some cards, it looks like. Animal Companion, please don't be the Charger. God damn it! Oh my god, that's really dangerous. Does he have Unleash the Hounds? That would allow him to win pretty easily here. God damn it, he had to... Well, I guess if he has Unleash the Hounds, it all charges anyway, but he's got 5, 7 damage. Fuck everything. Well, I've got... Oh, he's gonna trade. I guess I had enough damage to kill him. 5, 9, 13, 15... Well, 5, 9, 13, 15... I guess that's a bit risky. Interesting. And I guess he didn't have Unleash the Hounds, or else he would have used it to kill me. Secret, uh-oh. Well, if it's Explosive Trap now, it will kill my raid leader, and I don't have Divine Shield here. But, good news is, if I play Cult Master and it is Explosive Trap, then I'm screwed. If I play Cult Master and I get a Guardian of Kings, I will actually not be able to play it. Okay, we're gonna take the safe way out of this one. So I'm going to play the Cult Master. Now, I'm not gonna attack him this turn. I'm just gonna play, like, basically. Oh wait. This could still be a freezing trap. This guy would be the easiest to replace, I guess. Not freezing trap. Not snake trap again, thank goodness. Okay, we'll also do this. So the question is, do I attack into the potential explosive trap? So I know it's not snipe, because it didn't kill the Cult Master. I know it's not freezing trap or snake trap. Could be misdirection. Could be explosive trap. Both of those are kind of bad. Yeah. Well, I think playing this seems legit, because it survives explosive trap, and this seems legit, because it'll get enraged, but I'm not going to attack with my creature. So we'll just see if I can get either a Shattered Sun Cleric to make my Cult Master survive against explosive trap, or Guardian of Kings to get some of my health back. I am still at a precarious life total. I mean, he gets me down to 7. Alright, well now it's even more likely that he has an explosive trap. Ah, boy. Do they both trigger if I attack? Do they both trigger? Is that how that works? We'll see. Yeah, I could use a Shattered Sun Cleric. Deadly Shot. Alright, Cult Master. Oh man, I was actually really lucky for him. Anything else and I would have drawn a card. Granted, Cult Master just dies to explosive shot or trap. Okay, well, I'm getting hit down to 5 health. How much damage am I dealing here? Well, I did not draw anything that helps my stuff survive, so let's go ahead and attack with this guy first, because he dies to explosive trap anyway, and so if it's a freezing trap, I might as well have him do it. Explosive trap, okay. So does freezing trap? Is this is freezing trap? Is that gonna trigger? All right. What we'll do, I think, then is play the Raid Leader for the damage. Ah, it's a snipe. Okay. Oh crap! Maybe I should have done it in the other order against snipe. But I've got 5, 8. Shit. 5, 8, 11, 12, 13. Crap. Well, if he top decks a kill, he top decks a kill. Oh boy. He just needs to deal 3 damage to me, so he only needs a kill command or any charging creature, and he'll win. Otherwise, I've probably got him. Oh my god. Jesus, that was a hell of a game. Whew. If I had played the Dark Iron Dwarf first, I could have dealt 3 extra damage to him by playing the Raid Leader second, so that was a stone cold mistake, folks. And I do apologize. So just to recap there, on his last turn, he was at 3 health. And the reason he was at 3 health is that my Raid Leader had died. There were 3 creatures on the board, so Raid Leader was giving me essentially 3 extra damage. So had I played the Dark Iron Dwarf first, I would have buffed something, died to snipe, then played Raid Leader, and then attacked. So I gave my opponent an extra chance to kill me, which was a mistake. Now, I didn't pay for it in that game, but a mistake is a mistake, and we should always try to avoid those. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the beginning of this arena. As always, we'll just do a couple of runs here, and then if you want to see how the rest of the runs went, stay tuned. They will be coming up shortly. If you enjoyed the video, do please like and or subscribe, and if you'd like to see the rest of the games, they're coming up soon. I'll see you in a bit.